The pride of Bealton, Virginia on the pole tonight. One Justin Shoup starting out front at the Rockingham Speedway. I'm Rick James here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage of TNT round number 2 at the Rockingham Speedway. Justin Shoup out front. Noah Belleville, four-time winner last season, starts on the outside. Green flag about to come out at Rockingham. Let's go racing. Belleville under control. He gets around the Virginian and leads lap number 1 and number 2 at the Rock. Justin Shoup sitting in second. Toby Estes won a few races last season in Season 7 TNT, and it was actually his partner, his Bluegrass Bandit buddy, in the number 2-9, Briley Wright. Rocking the Good Wrench colors tonight. He came away with the win in this paint scheme last season, by the way. You can check out a couple photos of that on the TNT Twitter. And if you just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. 4 laps clean and green as Jacob Prince, last week's winner, and the rookie, the convert from ENEA over to the Thursday Night Thunder side of things in the number 99 Aflac Fusion. And Jacob Prince leading the points heading into tonight's race. Matt Seeger in that second position as well. Seeger right now running in the 11th position in the number 16 City Ford Fusion. Let's go on board with the rookie. Almost makes you dizzy, this place, and it eats tires. If you don't know about Rockingham, you will after tonight. All of us that grew up watching this race definitely know that the one thing they always talked about was that it just destroys tires. It eats the life of your tires, and we're going to see guys being challenged by the slowly declining life of those tires. Matt Seeger running in 10th right now with Donald Ray right behind him. Jacob Prince swapping spots with Brooklyn's Nick Pressey, the New York driver on the outside of the South Carolinian. And Season 4 champion Thomas Andrews sitting in that 4th position. Top 3 starting to run away with it as Andrews finally shifts to the top side. Prince in the 99 sits just ahead of 2-time champion Tom Sears. And here comes another rookie from the ENEA series. Connor Cordes in the number 4. He comes up behind this gaggle of cars. Briefly, let's go on board with the 4. At the front, DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville leading this race. 10 laps now complete. Justin Shoup within 0.7 of a second to Belleville. Toby Estes sitting in the 3rd position. Here he comes to the inside of car 91. And one of those Bluegrass Bandits in that number 8 Budweiser Dale Jr. paint scheme. Gotta love this. And those that know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Dale Jr. ran this paint scheme at Talladega, and I can't remember if he won or not, but definitely an iconic paint scheme and a great throwback at the time, before we even coined the phrase throwback in NASCAR, right? But a great throwback to his dad, definitely. Noah Belleville just ahead of these two. The 41 coming away with 4 victories last season in TNT, but a part-time driver nonetheless. So we're sitting here thinking, when is Belleville going to go full-time? And he says, well, maybe next season. Well, maybe next season. And he says, you know, really, I'm just in it to have fun. Sometimes he just doesn't feel like racing, and he straight up does not race. But he'll come away with 4 wins in a part-time season. Justin Shoup will come away with some scrapes on the right side of the Coors Banquet Chevrolet. And again, Justin Shoup will decide to paint the walls that off-yellow. I was going to say eggshell, maybe off-white. No idea what you'd call that color, but the Coors Banquet Chevrolet takes some paint off the right side of car 91, and that's going to put Toby Estes into the second position. Tom Sears, Nick Pressey, separated by more than Tom Sears and Tom Andrews. 3 TNT championships, running 5th and 6th as Andrews gives it a blink right ahead of the 14, Arcs Supra. Tommy Withers, one of 2 Virginians in tonight's race, on the outside of Austin Mongold in that number 30, Norfolk and Western Fusion. Good-looking 30 car as well. That almost looks like the not DEI. What was the sister Chevrolet team? RCR, wasn't it? That had the 30. That looks like the 30 font off of Steve Park that Austin Mongold has just put into the wall. And Tommy Withers will get to the inside of that number 30, and the Fusion gives way for the Taurus. Or does it? Withers can't make it stick, and he's sliding backwards in that number 6. And the 2-4 of Richie Catania now on the outside of Tommy Withers. Catania will make the pass onto the outside of the 6 car, and he'll make it stick into turn number 3. So Tommy Withers now sitting ahead of Tristan Catania in the 48 car. And this will forever be one of my favorite paint schemes. And I think, I don't know anybody that doesn't like this paint scheme. And whenever the conversation of, you know, top 5, top 10 paint schemes of all time comes up, this is one of the cars that everyone talks about. This just gorgeous number 6 Valvoline, and it only ran for 2 years, by the way. Only ran for 2 years as paint scheme. What, 1998, 1999, and then in 2000, they changed the decals on the Taurus, and they went to a different paint scheme in 2000, and then was 2001 when he started running the Viagra car? Because it was silver in 2001 and 2000... No. Was it silver in 2001, and then I think in 2002 he went to the black Viagra car? I don't know. Withers could tell me. I have no idea. He's the big Mark Martin fan, but Mark Martin definitely running some iconic paint schemes. And not just this. If you remember the 60 car that he ran in the Busch Series, that was also one of my personal all-time favorites. And then this car here, John Honeybrink in the 2-0, a Home Depot Pontiac. Another classic paint scheme of the late 90s. Thomas Andrews in the Blue Deuce. Rusty Wallace, and then later Kurt Busch would go on to make this paint scheme famous. And fans at home, if you love any of the paint schemes that you're seeing here tonight, get on down to Drip Diecast and Collectibles. They have a store on Facebook. They have a store on eBay. Get some of these paint schemes in your hands. Drip Diecast and Collectibles, your #1 store for NASCAR memorabilia. Check them out on Facebook and eBay. Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Get your hands on some of these paint schemes. For yourself, for somebody else. Valentine's Day is coming up. Get it for the person you love. Get it for the person you hate. I don't care. Check out Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Tommy Withers to the inside of Richie Catania, but he just can't pull off the move. Further on up, Matt Seeger on the outside of North Carolinian Ryan Pennell. Just outside Winston-Salem is where he comes from. and the big Ryan Blaney fan. In the number 12, Kodak Dodge to the inside of Dale Markowski, and the rookie in the 33, Old Spice Chevrolet, will try to find his way around the 1-2. Perrin Huggins in the chat saying, what's up? What's going on? PTH the GOAT, for those that know. Double three of Dale Markowski working on the 16 and the 12. Matt Seeger to the outside, Ryan Pinnell to the inside, on board with the Old Spice car. Ryan Pinnell starting to leave just a little more than a gap between himself and Dale Markowski. In the bottom right of your screen, there you see the gap extending to 1 second and greater. Caution free so far, and it's a damn sight better than what we had last week at the Nashville Fairgrounds. It was just mayhem. And if you were a part of that broadcast last week, I profusely apologize for putting you through that, but I can happily show you that 28 laps into this race, we are caution-free. Noah Belleville leading this race by 1.8 seconds over Toby Estes. Belleville in the 41. Really putting a lot of daylight between himself and Toby, but over the last 5 laps, Toby Estes showing promise through a couple of those laps. Over the last 3, Toby not losing as much time as you would expect, but the gap starting to grow out to 2 seconds, and Noah Belleville now has to think about what he's going to do during these pit stops. 45 to 55 laps is the expected green flag window. Matt Seeger did well last week at the Nashville Fairgrounds. And he's doing well in the City Financial Fusion. Now just giving up the spot to Tommy Withers. John Honeybrink also behind the 16 machine. And I was interested that he went with the 16. If you were watching last season at ENEA, Seeger racing the 88, and the 88 was open. I said, you can go ahead and have it. He goes, nope, I like Greg Biffle. I'll take the 16, and you got to give it to him. Greg Biffle is a great driver. Have you noticed that Greg Biffle has been meme worthy in the last few years as well? And not in a bad way as well. Everybody respects Greg Biffle. Everybody has a liking to Greg Biffle. And for years on Reddit, people were saying, oh, he's going to drive the 69 Carl's Jr. car or whatever, and you wanted to see it happen so bad. I think I even read at one point there was a theory where they would have Greg Biffle and Carl Edwards sharing the Hardee's Carl's Jr. machine, which would have been awesome to see, right? You can imagine. Richie Catania getting loose out of the 4th corner, but he's keeping it together in the National Guard Chevrolet. Seeger to his outside, younger brother Tristan now behind older brother Richie on board with the 48. Seeger really sliding up the racetrack. Catania seemingly going to follow him up there. Younger brother Tristan staying behind the 48 and the 26. Perrin Huggins saying earlier, there goes Nick Pressey just as we go to Pressey. And Tom Sears also involved. Caution is out for the first time tonight. 35 laps into this race. the two-time champion, getting a piece of that one, and Brooklyn's Nick Pressey taking a heavy lick. Let's see what happened to the 94. Sears gets into the wall, and he seems to try and control it. Nowhere for Nick Pressey to go. Another look. Riley Wright just barely avoided that one. Nick Pressey right into the wall. Donald Ray taking advantage and getting out of the way. Another look. Sears just gets sucked into the wall, and you can see him just try to fight it. Let's go on board with the hands of Tom Sears. Pressey tried to avoid him. Sears cutting hard to the right. And then Nick Pressey, with smoke just billowing out of car 94, will have to get that race car repaired. Drivers get 1 fast repair in tonight's race. 4 maximum tire changes is what they get. And last week, because we had so many cautions, I made a promise to those watching that if you tuned in tonight, if we had more than 15 cautions, one fan would get $20. This is our first caution 35 laps into this race, and, you know, I can't predict the future, but I'm hoping we don't have 14 more cautions after going caution-free for 37 laps. Nick Pressey with a dusty, dirty 94. Looks like he used that fast repair. He's back in action. Noah Belleville is at the front of this race with the lights on top of the pace car. Jacob Prince, who started in the 7th position, last week's winner, and one of those rookies from the eNASCAR Elite Association, now spending his Thursdays with us in TNT. And another rookie behind him, Justin Shoup, in the 91. Toby Estes sandwiched between them in the 3rd position. So the cars are going to get back in line. We're going to restart here just after lap 38. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back for more Green Flag Racing from Rockingham. Ready to go racing. Green flag's about to fly. 38 laps completed of the scheduled 175. We are racing at the Rock. Jacob Prince sitting in 3rd. There's Noah Belleville leading this race. Toby Estes behind him. How about Thomas Andrews? Check out that high line there that hasn't yet developed. Car number 2 with Pressey to his inside. Belleville, there he is at the front in car 41. Toby Estes behind him. Prince running in 3rd with Justin Shoup sitting in that 91, the pride of Bealton, Virginia, with another one of those Bluegrass Bandits behind him. And the last driver here to win this race, Riley Wright in car 29. Thomas Andrews just to his outside. Toby Estes goes purple, 24-13. Quickest lap so far at the Rock. Noah Belleville just ahead of him. Car 41 leading lap 41. And if you've just tuned in, we've gone green so far. Green so far since the restart, I should say. Let's make that clear. 4 drivers going green on that last lap. Connor Cordes going way to the inside. What's going on with car number 4? Looks like he just got loose off the corner. I was just going to say Ryan Lindemann, one of those drivers that went green in the number 51 Pabst Blue Ribbon Chevrolet. Sitting in 14th so far. Not a bad race for Lindo. Comes into this race 6th in the point standings. Seth Wansing is the driver that sits ahead of him on the board, but Seth not in tonight's race. So Lindo has a chance to gain some spots. Matt Seeger in the 16, trying to chase down John Honeybrink. Shoup in the 91 comes up behind Jake Prince in the 99. These two are going to battle it out for 3rd. Belleville already out to a 6/10 of a second lead. Richie Catania with a mirror full of John Honeybrink, and Dale Markowski sits ahead. Richie gets loose out of turn number 4, and he saves it right in front of John Honeybrink. Matt Seeger will now fill the space behind Catania, and Richie tries to get it together. Check that out again. Richie just really loose out of turn number 4. And watch the hands in the 24 car. Just turning all the way to the opposite direction. But he saves it. No harm, no foul, and Ryan Lindemann goes green. He's picking up speed, 24.76, a personal best for the 51. Toby Estes within 0.3 of a second to Noah Belleville. We might have a challenge for the lead sooner than you think. Connor Cordes gets ahead of Ryan Lindemann. Cody Riggs following suit with Tommy Withers behind him. Ryan Pennell, he's got a smell for the top 17 positions. He sits in 18th, and he wants one better than car number 6. Pennell coming down here on lap 36 under caution like everybody else in the field. 24.62, Withers goes green, his personal best. Catania sits ahead of Connor Cordes, and the number 4 wants a piece of that 16 on board with the 4. Oh, he makes heavy contact into turn number 1. Cordes really sends it in deep. Man. Check this out one more time here. Cordes with a great run. He sends it in really deep on the 16 of Seeger, and a save by Cordes. Let's see if we can go on board with Seeger in the 16. Just a great save by Cordes there not to lose the race car, and Seeger seemingly didn't feel a thing. He's in lucky number 13th position with rookie Dale Markowski sitting ahead of him. So rookies running 12th, 13th, and 14th, 3rd and 4th. Jacob Prince sitting ahead of Justin Shoup, and Noah Belleville less than a quarter of a second ahead of Toby Estes. Estes trying to explore that inside line. Let's go on board with the 8 car. With a big slide out of 2. And all that work just thrown away, and Toby has to claw all of that back. There's Toby Estes, just a big tail slide out of turn number 2. and it cost him. Estes now sitting behind Belleville to the tune of a half a second, 6/10 now, when the gap was inside 2/10. Ryan Pennell working on Ryan Lindemann, and the native of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at his home race, getting to the inside of car 51. Pennell looking to get to the inside of Lindemann and crack the top 15. Can he make it stick, though? Cody Riggs watching on. Riggs now on the outside of Pennell. He got loose out of the corner, and Riggs is going to take advantage and get around the North Carolinian. One of those Bluegrass Bandits now up to the 16th position. Noah Belleville continues to lead at Rockingham with a big scrape on the right-hand side, and that's going to open up a lot of time for Toby Estes to catch up. But the gap now 1 second. Has Belleville been sandbagging this whole time, just taking it easy on fresh tires? He pitted on lap 35, they restarted on lap 39, and by lap 59 in 20 laps, Noah Belleville is out to the tune of 1 second ahead of Jacob Prince. And Prince in the double nine, now coming up behind car number 8. 2/10 the gap between them. '99 to the inside. Jake Prince wants that second spot. Comes right up off the yellow line onto Toby Estes. He has to let off the throttle, but he's going to try and get early on the throttle again. He gives it a shake, and the car just loses control out of turn number 4. Prince being brave and really testing the limits. And we saw that with Ryan Pennell also. When drivers get on the inside, they really want to try and give it the early throttle, chase the car, and just that extra little bit upsets the back end of the race car. Jake Prince now a quarter of a second behind Toby Estes. Two-time champion Tom Sears behind Nick Pressey. This is the battle for 5th. A stark contrast from last week where we had 16 cautions, 63 laps into this race, only 1 yellow to speak of. Tom Sears and Nick Pressey were that first caution. 30 some odd laps into this race, and so far, so good. The Massachusetts driver to the inside of the pilot from Brooklyn. He gives it a shake out of turn number 2, and they drag race into 3. Nick Pressey just has the drive on the outside. Caution is out again. What's going on this time? And it's Ryan Pennell from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He has crashed. What happened between Ryan Lindemann and Ryan Pennell? Was it Lindemann at all? No, not at all. Look at Cody Riggs. This is the second time 2 weeks in a row that Ryan Pennell has been hit so hard in the rear He's been lifted off of the surface of the earth. I'm not joking. Last week, Terry Freer sent him into orbit. This week, at least the front tires stay on the ground, but Ryan Pennell vaulted into the air once again, and it looks like he just gets loose off of turn number 2. Is there contact, however, with Dale Markowski? See if we can get a different view of this. This is the lap prior. Markowski now on the outside of the 12. Trying to see if there's any sort of contact between them. Oh, right there. Right there. Might have been that contact. Let's run that back one more time. Want to get a better angle. We might have to go to the blimp for this, but let's have a look. And even there, you can't tell, but it doesn't look like there was. I don't think there was contact. I think Pennell was just trying to do the gentlemanly thing, just stay out of it. Oh, you just can't tell from that one either. I want a clear-cut angle. Chopper will tell us for sure. This has to tell us, right? Yeah, you can see daylight between the cars there. And Pennell just gets sent sky high. So Toby Estes is now the race's new leader. Let's see if we can bother this man for a quick word. Toby Estes, Rick James, how are you now?
I'm doing good. How about you, buddy?
Not so bad. You're sitting out front of this one right now. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey is in the second position. Noah Belleville coming down on lap 65, as did Jacob Prince, who was giving you a lot of trouble. That rookie's he's got some hot shoes, man. He's showing good so far. But what have you got in these next 110 some odd laps that these guys don't?
Well, I really wasn't paying attention there and stayed out. I was trying to fake and then go back in, and I wasn't going to be able to make it. But yeah, hey man, the rookie's fast. Being able to hang up with, you know, me and Moldy, and track feels a lot different than it did last year. You're actually able to diamond it, and you wasn't able to do that last year, so it's a learning curve for myself. But we'll see how the rest of this race plays out.
I'm excited to see how the rest of the race plays out, man. You guys are looking like you're having fun, just slipping and sliding out there. We're going to let you get back to work, buddy. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Toby's going to go back to work. We're going to go back to work. We're going to have some more fun here. Nick Pressey on the outside of one of those Bluegrass Bandits, who's going to be starting in the top spot. Only 2 drivers did not come down into the pits under that last caution. One of them is called Toby Estes, and the other one is Nicholas Pressey. And wouldn't you know, right behind Toby Estes, Noah Belleville on fresh tires, and Noah's on demon time right now. You better believe it. But then Briley Wright, the defending winner of this race, on the outside in row number 2, and that rookie that we're talking about, last week's winner, Jacob Prince, starting on the outside in row 3. This is going to be a riot. I can't wait for this. Gen 4 cars at Rockingham, man. How cool is that? Green flag on the completion of lap 68. Toby Estes leading on lap 69. Let's go racing.
Green, green, green.
Central Florida's Ricardo Catania getting into the wall. And his younger brother Tristan overtaking him in that first lap after restart. Toby Estes still leading this one with Nick Pressey behind him. Noah Belleville in third. Jake Prince in fourth with a very determined Briley right behind him. So far so good, but for Catania the senior. being put into the wall, and it looks like he's coming down into the pits. Richie has some damage. See if we can find out what happened to Richie. This is on the restart. Keep your eye on car 2-4. Markowski just coming down on the 2-4. Not a good look. Have a different view here. Keep your eye on the red 33. It's tough to call. One more look. Let's see if we can find out just what went wrong. Looks like 2-4 went high. Looks like double 3 went low. I'm just not sure, and they're crashing behind him. Connor Cordes, Thomas Andrews in the wall. We keep it good. We keep it green. The Season 4 champion making contact with the rookie in car number 4. Cordes gets up ahead, but he's got severe damage on the right front corner. Look at that. .74 laps into this one, 101 to go this time by at the line. Let's see if we can see what happened with Connor Cordes. Oh, the 4 just gets hooked on car 29. Take a look. Briley Wright involved in this one. Does he get loose off the corner? 4 gets hooked into the 2-9. And then what happens to the 2? Briley Wright losing a lot of positions at the moment. We're going to get back in touch with that 2-9. What's happening here? Wright just giving the spots back, and not sure what's going on here, but he's picked up some damage, the 2-9. Lindemann getting to the inside of that 2. Oh, look at the left front fender on Wright. He's just been giving up spots. And something's wrong. He's got some damage. The car won't turn. Look at Donald Ray trying to get to the outside of Briley Wright. Ray got into the wall, and he's still getting into the wall off the corner. Briley Wright running in the 14th position. Donald Ray up to 13th. Tommy Withers just went green, 24.5 seconds. Belleville gets loose, way loose out of turn number 2. Noah Belleville back in 6th. Remember, he last pitted on lap 65. 3 wide in turn 3. Dale Markowski to the inside of the 41. Catania's really loose. There goes Cordes. Seeger misses them all, and we stay green at Rockingham. That was awesome. That was awesome. Belleville still trying to get it together. Check this out one more time. Look at Noah Belleville getting loose out of turn number 2. Richie Catania gets just around him. And watch this coming out of the corner. Richie really loose out of 4. The 4 of Cordes makes contact. The 16 of Seeger barely avoids that. Grandma Jeannie says, tuned in late, damn it. No worries there, Grandma Jeannie. Noah Belleville sits in the 41, safe and sound. He's led the majority of laps tonight. These guys still having a tough time getting it together. We're glad you're here now, Grandma Jeannie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look at Richie Catania still struggling to get a hold of the race car. There they've finally gone. Donald Ray and Noah Belleville making contact. Caution comes out for the 3rd time tonight. 82 laps into this race. Grandma Jeannie says, go Noah, and Noah Belleville not going as fast as he used to. Let's see what happened. Belleville up top in the 41. Donald Ray just trying to avoid him. Ray goes up high, trying to avoid Catania, who's loose in the corner. They both get together, and they've got some damage. Have another look here. Keep your eye on that silver 2-4 on the bottom. Yeah, Ray goes up high, trying to avoid that. Ryan Lindemann just barely gets through that. Let's go on board with the 51. Just drives right through it, and it's slick moves like that that's going to earn Ryan Lindemann his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream.
Shout out Cousin Reed, who's also tuning in as well, cheering for Noah Belleville. And the native of Tampa with his first Cole Trickle award. And Dale Markowski sits in the lead in car 33. Connor Cordes also ahead of him. And let's see if we can talk to a rookie for the first time this season. Dale Markowski, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Dale, you're leading this race, and almost a little bit of contact with Ryan Pinnell there in the 12, and a lot of just jostling and guys just trying to stay off each other. They're doing a lot better than we were last week at Nashville, granted. But so far, how does the car feel? Is it manageable, or is it just a skating rink out there?
Oh, it's a skating rink out there. I don't know who I took out there halfway down the backstretch after that restart, but whoever it was, I want to apologize. The car is just real bumpy and did not get the grip on the rear tires there. So I think that's the challenge that everyone's having tonight. And I don't know, still a lot of fun. It's a fun track, but at the same time, it's definitely a challenge.
Oh, it's a huge challenge, but it's a hoot to see you guys drive it out here. The rookies are fast again tonight. You're fast tonight. Jacob Prince is fast tonight. Noah Belleville, one of the contenders to win this race, also fast tonight. But who's got the juice, man? Who's going to win?
I would put my money on Belleville. I think I'm just up here because of strategy right now. I'm just trying to keep the car underneath me. I don't know if it'll end up being the race of attrition or what, but just trying to keep the car underneath me and hopefully not run into too many things.
All right, buddy. It seems to be a great year for rookies so far after last week and tonight. Keep the shiny side up, man. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
Sounds good, man. Have a good one.
Rookie Markowski is going to get back to work. We're also going to get back to work. Shout out to Infraction Music as well, who providing the music as well. Check them out on Spotify if you haven't. They do a lot of copyright-free background music and really, really popular. Hell, I like it. Check them out. And if you have not yet, if you love these paint schemes, get on over to Drip Diecast and Collectibles as well. Get on over there. Check out some of these awesome paint schemes that you loved just years ago. This Greg Biffle car, the Mark Martin car behind it. You remember the Old Spice car. I think Tony Stewart won in this car at Daytona. Maybe a couple other places as well. And I think Martin Truex Jr. might have driven this Taco Bell paint scheme at one point. I'm not sure. But Drip Diecast and Collectibles on Facebook and eBay. They have all your favorite NASCAR memorabilia. Check them out. Do yourself a favor. And do your favor for the person you love. Get them that nice gift, huh? How about the gift of racing? You guys want to go racing? 86 laps are complete at Rockingham, and we're doing it again. Rookie Dale Markowski at the front of this race by 0.6 of a second. He just went green, but he did not pit under the most recent caution. Neither did rookie Matt Seeger. How about Bluegrass Bandit Toby Estes in third, getting down to the inside of Seeger, really showing that nose. And Aiden Norman, who won 8 races last season, had his winning streak snapped at Michigan by this guy right here. And that win catapulted the Bluegrass Bandits to a run of 3 consecutive victories, and it really put a dent in Aiden Norman's championship hopes. And as we all know, Aiden Norman went on to win that title and to be the only TNT driver to win 3 championships and 3 consecutive championships at that. And if you counted out Noah Belleville, how dare you? He just went purple briefly, 24:05. And then Toby Estes, the first driver to go under 24 seconds, 23:96, personal best for Toby Estes. Del Markowski in the second position by a full second now, and Markowski probably feeling the wear from those tires. Again, Markowski and Seeger both not pitting on lap 65. Jacob Prince pitting on lap 83. He's on the outside, and he is desperate to get past them. How about Justin Shoup? We've got 4 rookies running 2nd through 5th, all battling, all on different tire wears. This is awesome. Estes and the Restus. Winston-Salem's Ryan Pennell, don't count him out as well, running in 17th, but these guys are bunched up tough. If anything happens, Pennell's going to be there with a clean green race car ready to go. Matt Seeger running in that 2nd spot, Jacob Prince behind him. Sideways saying, my luck, the first 2 weeks. Cody Riggs out of this one. Has the internet gone? Riggs? Is Riggs out of it? Well, and that's a blow for the 3 camp. That does suck. That's awful. You hate to see it. You gotta hate it for your guys. Then, what's the saying in The Big Lebowski? Sometimes you eat the bear and sometimes the bear eats you. Noah Belleville trying to eat the 5th place bear. Thomas Andrews on the top side in the number 2 TNT Miller Dodge. And the 41 Office Depot machine. I think he finished, 2nd last week or something like that? Or I think he finished somewhere in the top 5. I'm not sure, but Belleville, I think he got tires late. I'm not sure what happened to him, but it was a good effort. Expect to see that 41 in victory lane sometime this season. I mean, hell, you could see him in victory lane tonight. He's doing a great job so far. Toby Estes leading this race by 4 seconds over Justin Shoup. How about Matt Seeger and Jacob Prince side by side? These guys are really, really trying out here. But hey, can you blame them? I mean, it's Rockingham, but I'm having fun. I'm having the best time watching these guys go at it. They are just having an absolute thrill out here. This is just something else. Just watching these guys just go nuts. You gotta love it. The Gen 4 cars, the nostalgia. We're coming up on 75 laps to go, and only a few cautions in tonight's race. It's been just a thriller so far, and the rookies are showing out again. Jacob Prince almost buys more than he can chew. Briley right in the 2.9, coming back up on the racetrack, right ahead of Jacob Prince. 3 wide out of turn number 4, and Thomas Andrews coming up behind them all. What in the world happened here? Check this out. Oh, and that's well before. Let's go back a couple places. .29 just avoids the 99, and it looks like the 99 comes up on Briley right. Have another look. from the sky here. 99 just gets loose. 29 comes up there, and I don't know if there's daylight or if that's net code. Pressy gets into the wall. One more look. On board with Briley Wright. And it does look like there's just enough contact there to take the 29 to the inside, but luckily Briley's got those smooth hands, and he sits up in the 6th position. Jacob Prince sitting in 8th right now. He's just ahead of Connor Cordes, just ahead of two-time champion Tom Sears. Further on back, Donald Ray to the inside of Tristan Catania. Inside the final 75 at the Rock. Withers really loose ahead of Donald Ray. And Ray just has to hold his composure not to bowl over the 6 car. 4 seconds the gap at the front of this one. Cody Riggs in the chat saying, hold on to her. He held on. Nick Pressy in the 94 just ahead of Briley Wright. Let's go on board with that 9-4 car. Who's now in the wall? Brooklyn's Nick Pressy still holding on to her. He sits in 5th. And Pressy still chasing that elusive TNT victory. Thomas Andrews just ahead in car number 2. Noah Belleville running in 3rd. And over the last 5 laps, the gap between himself and Justin Shoup starting to shrink. Toby Estes leading by quite a margin. Further on back, it's a bit tighter. Sean Honeybrink in the 20, just to the inside of car 51. Ryan Lindemann, the double 3 of Dale Markowski sitting behind him. Markowski was leading when we took the green flag, by the way. Dale Markowski is now down to the 13th position. Although drivers do get 4 maximum tire changes as Ryan Lindemann going to need some paint changes when this one is done. That 5-1 is scraped up. Tommy Withers to the inside. John Honeybrink to the inside of Tom Sears, and here comes Honeybrink trying to get a piece out of the 99 now. Honeybrink really sailing high. He leaves that bottom line open, and Tristan Catania won't go down there. Honeybrink with a big slide out of the corner. Here comes Dale Markowski as the sun peeks out on the racetrack. Markowski gets up into the wall. There goes the double 9 of Jake Prince, way on the high side, just barely holding on to her himself. Thomas Andrews on the outside of Briley Wright, this for 5th. Wright just has a little bit of an advantage on Andrews. Coming out of the corner, car number 4, Connor Cordes. He's running in 17th, a couple of laps off the pace, but he is in line to get that lucky dog. So he would get one of those laps back if the caution comes out. Matt Seeger in the 16, just ahead of everybody else. John Honeybrink ahead of what feels like the world for a moment. Tristan Catania just barely holding on to his race car, but you've got to give it up to Tristan. He's up to the 8th position right now. He's up 8 places from where he started. And there's the leader, the man in black for tonight at least, Toby Estes. 3.7 seconds the gap back to Bealton's Justin Shoup. And on the other side of the racetrack, there is the gaggle of race car with Dale Markowski sitting there. How about Tristan Catania in that 48? Getting really loose out of the corner and trying to piece that car together. Jacob Prince to his outside. There's Tom Sears in the 14. Just trying to find somewhere to go on the inside here. And speaking of defending TNT champions, Aiden Norman's going to join us in the chat. He says, shocker, Toby leading at Rockingham. Well, we expected it. In all fairness, we expected Briley Wright to be up there as well. Briley currently sitting in the 6th position. And Cody Riggs chiming in saying he's got a top 3 car. He's good on the long run. We'll see what happens with that long run. Let's go on board with car 29. Tristan Catania now alongside the 2-time champion Tom Sears. Quickly approaching the final 55 laps of action. If you just tuned in, we've had a few cautions tonight. Nothing like last week where we had 16 yellows, and that was something insane. So much so to the point where I promised fans after caution 15, if we had more than 15 cautions tonight, a fan is coming away with $20. So luckily, it doesn't look like we're going to have another 12 cautions. I don't think we have enough laps in the race left to have 12 cautions. I'm not sure. But we'll find out. Aiden Norman saying Noah Belleville has to get past Justin Shoup. And Cody Riggs and Aiden Norman both calling their shots there, too. Aiden saying he expects Briley to be up there by the end of the race. Cody Riggs saying he expects Toby Estes, Tom Sears, and Briley Wright to be in some order in the top 3 by the time the checkered flag flies. Fans at home, if you have Amazon Prime and you're not yet getting your free subscription to Rick James TV, what on earth are you doing? If you've got Prime, you get a free subscription. At least I think that's still the case. If that's not the case anymore, somebody please let me know because I need to update that. But if that is still the case, get that free monthly subscription to Rick James TV with Amazon Prime. Do the thing, huh? Justin Shoup getting loose out of the corners just as we take the camera off of him. Here comes Noah Belleville to the inside. The 41 to the inside of the 91. The pride of Bealton, Virginia. We'll give a little love tap to the outside of the wall in turn number 3. Just a bit too high, wide, and handsome in that Coors banquet machine. And shout out to Racing Ricky, wherever he might be. He'll be proud to know that his boy's sitting up there in the 2nd position. Appreciate you, Ricky. Hope you're out there. And then Suicideways says, I meant the 41, not the 14. When we were talking about who he thinks is going to be in the top 3, he was talking about Belleville, not Tom Sears. The double TNT champion sits behind Donald Ray by 0.4 of a second. Aiden Norman saying, as long as Briley doesn't overshoot pit road, he'll be okay. But he hasn't had the best luck making those pit stops in the past. We'll see just how far he goes along. Tristan Catania running in 7th, up 9 places since the green flag flew, and he is this race's hardest charger so far. John Honeybrink up 8 places, now 9 places as he gains 1 and Catania loses 1. But these two are still drag racing. And we'll have 51 laps to go this time by. Jacob Prince just went green, by the way. He pitted on lap 117. And that could very well be his final pit. Well, no, it's actually not going to be his final pit stop. I'm insane. These drivers, the predicted pit stop, a green flag pit window here is 45 to 55 laps, but I think that may be overestimating it a bit. Jacob Prince coming down on lap 117, and he goes purple, 23.93. Prince right now 2 laps off the pace. If the pit stop cycles through, he'll be okay. But he's got to wait for a lot of pit stops to cycle through here. And here he comes up behind race leader Toby Estes. There is car number 8. Is he going to put up much of a fight on the 99? And no, Toby Estes will do the gentlemanly thing, and Jacob Prince will go right by him like he's not even there. Last week's winner, the rookie in the 99 Affleck Ford Fusion, in 14th, now 1 lap off the pace. Connor Cordes, the first car 1 lap down, so if the caution does come out, Cordes gets that lucky dog. Ryan Pennell, the last car 1 lap down, car number 12. I'm sorry, the last car on the lead lap. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Jacob Prince sails by him too. Donald Ray and Tristan Catania still going at it, by the way. 128 laps underway at the Rock. 47 laps to go if my math is right. Norman saying, depending on the tires left, the leaders need to come in within the next 10 laps. We'll see just how far they decide to make it. Taking a look at the telemetry here, looking at the top 10. The last time they pitted. Lap 83 for a lot of these drivers. Jacob Prince just sailing to the inside of John Honeybrink. Dale Markowski, Matt Seeger, very quick drivers, also deciding to come in. We've had a few cautions tonight, so the threat of yellow is real. It could happen. One of these drivers could get caught behind that caution, and their whole race could be turned upside down. You just don't know. Here comes Belleville and Pressey. They did last pit on lap 83, so it is approximately 50, almost 50 laps on a green flag run. So Belleville and Pressey are now in, and the eyes get a little bit wider. Who's going to make it down into these pits? I'm definitely interested to find out just who's gonna make it, who's not going to make it. Just a lot of questions here, and there's just Nick Pressey, just motionless. Aiden Norman saying that could be a race decider if Toby doesn't react, and there goes the number 8. He's in the pits, getting his tires, getting his fuel, and more leaders are coming in. Thomas Andrews, Briley right now behind him. Will Donald Ray cycle through to the lead? No, the number 5 will come down into the pits. How about Massachusetts' Tom Sears? He will stay out, and the native of Southampton, Massachusetts. New leader at the Rock. But how far will he stay out? Tom Sears has a knack for just throwing the dice, staying out as long as he possibly can. He's going to keep the number 14, Arx Supra, out in the lead. But here comes Matt Seeger. Suicideways in the chat, doing the math for Aiden Norman on tires. And those two having a spirited conversation about who's got tires, who doesn't. Cody Riggs telling us, as Tom Sears just gets double-teamed by the 94 and the 2. Cody Riggs telling us Toby should have 1 extra set because he stayed out. 40 laps to go this time by. And if a late race caution does come out, those drivers that do have a set of tires really could be in the clear, depending on when that late race caution comes out. Drivers are able to go about 50 laps on one run. Leader Tom Sears is in the 14 coming down for tires and fuel. Winston-Salem's Ryan Pennell also comes down in the Kodak Dodge. He's going to get tires and fuel. And there is Toby Estes, who pitted on lap 131. He's got a 2-second gap back to Noah Belleville. Toby Estes, new leader at the Rock. And over the last 5 laps, Noah Belleville not able to reel in Toby Estes. But if it's a game of tires at the end of this race, will these drivers wish they have saved those tires? Donald Ray, and the caution comes out. Caution comes out. Is it Matt Seeger in the 16? It is Matt Seeger in the 16. The Citibank Ford has brought us under caution just after pit stops had cycled through, but there are a couple of drivers who did not come in. Jacob Prince pitting on lap 117, Tommy Withers, who pitted before him on lap 111, Connor Cordes on lap 106. Caution is out. What happened to Matt Seeger? Contact with the 2 of Andrews and the 2-time champion getting into the Citibank Ford. What happened? Oh, the 2 just comes up the track and gets really loose, and he slides up into the 16 of Seeger. Have another look from the sky. Keep your eye on the 2 on the right side. No, he just shoots right up into the 16 of Matthew Seeger. What in the world happened here? The rookie just getting taken for a ride on board. Cody Riggs in the chat says, cold tires will do that to you. Aiden Norman saying, damn, Thomas. That's a murder. Toby Estes leading at the front of this race. Caution number 4 is out, and fans at home, get on over to Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Get your hands on some of these gorgeous paint schemes, the ones that you loved back in the day. Check them out on Facebook and on eBay. Drip Diecast and Collectibles. We're going to be back for what is set to be a thrilling finish inside the final 35 laps of racing. Fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more TNT. Fans at home, if you haven't tuned into the MX-5 Cup, Mazda Monday, you have to. Darlington Raceway, the MX-5s go green again. It's going to be an awesome thrill. Patrick Allen coming away with the victory last week at Phoenix. If you haven't seen that finish, check it out. I need to put it on the Rick James TikTok, but it's ridiculous stuff, but one of the best finishes I've ever seen. Green flag is going to come out here at The Rock with just over 30 laps to go. Let's go racing. Thomas Andrews has gone around on the backstretch, and the two-time champion goes for a spin. Caution is out again, 5th time tonight. Let's see what happened. Oh, he spun the tires hard on the restart. What's the line out of the movie? So much torque that the chassis would twist coming off the line. That's exactly what happened here. Way too loose out of turn number 2. Connor Cordes, nowhere to go for him. And it looks like Cordes and a couple others get caught up. Yup, Cordes, I think Honeybrink got caught up in that. Both Catanias caught a piece of that too. Cody Riggs saying Tommy just took a bad night and made it worse. Have another look. Watch the 2. Man, that car just took off. Keep your eye on the 4. He's going to do his best to avoid all of this. That's rookie Connor Cordes in the Taco Bell machine. Nowhere for Honeybrink to go, Catania to go. How about Richie grinding on the brakes? And he keeps that one off the wall. Check this out. And maybe a little bit of a scrape there, but that's all right. Keeps it moving. Toby Estes leading this race. Noah Belleville sitting in the 2nd position. And this guy with Grandma Jeannie cheering him on hard. Grandma Jeannie saying earlier, I wonder why more people don't tune in to Rick James TV. You know what, Grandma Jeannie? That's a fantastic question. Why don't more people tune in to Rick James TV? I don't know. See if we can have a word with the part-time TNT driver. And yes, he is definitely part-time. Noah Belleville in the number 41. Let's bother him for a quick word. Noah Belleville, Rick James up top. You hear me?
I got you.
Well, you're sitting in 2nd right now with arguably one of the fastest cars in this field. With fewer than 30 laps remaining in this race, are you going to put the pressure on Toby, or are you just going to wait for him to make a mistake? What's the plan?
I'm going to put the pressure on him, but man, this is going to be one of the hardest passes to make. He's got a lap fresher tire than me, and he's been a little bit quicker than me on the short run. I've been a little bit better than him on the long run, but I doubt we'll get one here. And, man, it has been tough to pass on the bottom if you're on an equal car. So I got to find a way to get to his outside, but if he's protecting the outside, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Aiden Norman says, tell him not to take Toby out. Cody Riggs says, tell him to park it. Grandma Jeannie and more cheering you on today as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens here, man. We're going to let you get back to work. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
All right, see ya.
I don't want to know what the hell that boy's giggling about. I don't know. I want to see some good racing, and we'll find out later. I'm willing to bet it's nothing that anybody needs to hear. But DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville sitting on the outside. Belleville starting in 2nd in this race. In the pride of Bealton, Virginia, Justin Shoup starting in 1st. And he sits just behind 1st place. Toby Estes will have control of the field when we go green at The Rock. We're inside the final 30 laps of racing. And after last week's 16 caution debacle, this is just a breath of fresh air. How about these gorgeous Gen 4 cars coming into the warm glow of the sun for more racing at the Rock? Green flag is out. 29 laps to go.
Green flag.
Shoop in that 91, running in the third position with Noah Belleville just ahead of him, and Toby Estes leading this race by half a second so far. 28 laps to go this time by. Justin Shoop sits ahead. Riley Wright in fourth. Nick Pressey in fifth with Jake Prince to the inside of him in the Aflac Fusion. Winner last week at the fairgrounds wants to go 2 in a row and protect that points lead. Toby Estes goes purple, 23:66. This track just keeps getting quicker. Just every so often you'll see purple on the screen, and that tells you that's their personal best lap. Belleville going after it hard because Belleville put in his personal best last time as well. The majority of drivers coming down on lap 131 to lap 143, and they definitely have enough fuel to get to the end now. Aiden Norman saying Toby's going to have to put in the stint of his life. Well, we'll see what he's got. We'll see what that 8 car has. Connor Cordes in the 4. Just ahead of Tristan Catania in the 48. These two battling it out for the 16th position. John Honeybrink just ahead of them. There's the gap to the front where Toby Estes leads this race. And that's what 0.8 of a second looks like back to Noah Belleville. 23 laps to go at the Rock. If you just tuned in, you missed a little bit. But that's okay. We're glad you're here now. And there's some action back there. Jacob Prince, Matt Seeger, a couple of rookies involved. Everyone trying to avoid them, and they successfully do. Who else caught a piece of this accident? It's Brooklyn's Nick Pressey, his second crash tonight, and that may just park Pressey for the night. What happened? This is the lap prior. Oh, Prince just comes up big time on the 94. Nowhere for Matt Seeger to go. Luckily, everybody else avoids that accident, but that was rough. '99 just gets way up the racetrack, and you see just a little bit of a wiggle. Nowhere that Pressey was going to go. And one more look from the blimp. Jacob Prince coming up on Nick Pressey. Yeah, Prince just slides right up the racetrack into the 94 and nowhere for Matt Seeger to go. And Nick Pressey's going to have to spend some time repairing that race car and seeing if he can limp it to the end of this one. Justin Shoop in the 91. out front, and he will remain out front with inside 20 laps to go. Justin Shoup trying to win as a TNT rookie. Not something a lot of guys have done. Justin, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, coming into this race tonight, after last week at the fairgrounds, he had a pretty good run. Your buddy Jacob Prince comes away with the victory. He was involved in some action here recently that may have just taken him out of contention, but you, sir, are leading this race with rookie Dale Markowski behind you. What is your shot to win?
Well, obviously I don't have any more tires, and so I can't make the mistake I made last week of pitting. Last week, if I stayed out when I was leading, I think I'd have won. And here I am again in the same situation, and I'm just hoping I can, get it done this time and not choke it away.
Looking at the top four, you pitted on lap 131. Dale Markowski, 138. Tommy Withers, 139. Donald Ray, 132. Toby Estes, 153. The top four, no tires. Estes just took his last set, 19 to go at the line. Can you hold him off?
I sure hope so, man. I really hope I'm talking to you here at the end.
Best of luck, buddy. Shout out to the old man back home. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
Shoup will go back to work. 1-9 at the line. Toby Estes with brand new tires on lap 153. Is there going to be a battle? Is Estes going to blow by them all? Round 2 of TNT. This is the quality of racing that we expected. Forget that stuff last week. That was a fluke. This is what we're used to. The drama here where just about anybody can win. Green flag is out with 19 to go.
Green.
Shoup with a rocket start. And they're going around behind him. There goes Estes on the fresh tires. Estes on the freshies. Is that the race? Did Toby just throw it all away? Shoup to the lead, 18 laps to go. Toby Estes in 13th. Tommy Withers in second. Noah Belleville third. Donald Ray. Ryan Lindemann has those fresh tires. Here comes Briley Wright. He's still within a chance. He sits in seventh. Wright goes around. He gets wrecked. There goes the 16. Andrews is involved. Catania caught a piece of it. Salvation for Toby Estes. He can breathe once again, and we are not done at the Rock. How about it? We ain't done yet. Let's see what happened. Let's go back to the green flag. 19 laps to go. Toby Estes. You can see he almost spun the tires again. Watch again. Watch the 8 just lose shape. Or maybe he just missed the restart, but you see him twitch, and then Briley Wright gets right behind him. I think he checks up because, no, he just got loose. He just got loose, and there it goes. And then Matt Seeger's going to get caught up in some mess here. Briley Wright as well. Jacob Prince will come up behind the 2-9. Oh, 2-9 just gets loose. Nowhere for the double 9 to go. Have a look. Yep, Wright gets loose in front of the 99. Everybody checks up. Andrews gets turned. Seeger goes for a ride. Oh, Andrews hits the wall as well. Nowhere for Matt Seeger to go, and that's a heavy hit. On board with the 16. The 2.9 just loses shape right ahead of the competition. There goes the 2. He checks up as well. One more look. Richie just goes through all of them. How about Richie Catania just avoiding that one? On board with the 2-4. And it's smooth moves like that that's going to earn Richie Catania his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream.
Lucky number 13 laps to go. When we go green, Justin Shoup had a brilliant start last time around. Will he get the same start this time around? 2 Virginians on the front row, by the way. I don't know if we've ever had that in TNT, but that's kind of special. 2 Virginians on the front row. DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville running in 3rd. Dale Markowski in 4th. 2 rookies running in the top 5. Ryan Lindemann makes it 3 rookies running in the top 6. 4 rookies running in the top 7 if you count Jacob Prince. Here we go. Lucky number 13 laps to go at the Rock. Are we done with cautions? We'll find out. Justin Shoup with control of the field. Green flag is out. Withers spins the tires. Tommy Withers loses control. He spins those tires. Noah Belleville up to 2nd. He pitted on lap 153. It's fresh rubber for the 41 Office Depot machine. Markowski in 3rd with worn tires. Withers behind him. They going 3 wide behind him. How about that? Toby Estes determined. He's behind Jacob Prince. A little bit of contact with Donald Ray. 3 wide ahead of them all out of turn number 2. They survive. No, they don't. There goes Toby Estes. There goes Donald Ray. Justin Shoup still leading, coming to 11 laps to go. We stay green at the Rock. Estes keeps it moving. Donald Ray keeps it moving. No caution. Top 4 personal bests. Here comes Belleville. 1-0 to go. This time by. Then it will be 9 at the line. Belleville has tires that are 22 laps more fresh than Shoup. Belleville doesn't need to push the issue. He just needs to wait for Shoup to move. Belleville going really high, almost avoiding the wall there. And he gets right on the inside. Wow, Belleville almost lost it. He shakes it out of 2 to the inside of Justin Shoup. That 41 is bad fast, and he's got the grip. 22 laps more grip than the 91. 9 at the line in car 41. Now drag racing for the lead. Shoup holding on with what little defense he has. Norman saying what I'm thinking. Belleville doesn't need to rush, but you know he will. On board, the 91. Drag race for the top spot. Belleville has the grip. He still is not in panic mode. 6 to go this time. Belleville has the line. He can just wait out Shoup. Belleville to the inside. Caution's out. Caution's out again. And we're going to restart here inside the final 5 laps. Caution number 8. Toby Estes crashes the Budweiser Chevrolet again. And it won't even steer. Where we expected the Bluegrass Bandits to have the race of their life and the one guy that could actually challenge Belleville for that top spot has crashed again. On lap 169, Toby Estes. Nowhere he could go. Tom Sears involved. Sears gets into the wall, but how? Check this out. Did he just get loose off the corner? He's got heavy damage here. Yeah, the car won't turn. Nowhere. He pulls it off the wall. Nowhere for the 8 car to go. So we're going to restart within the final 5 laps of action. Justin Shoup going to have control of the field. Aiden Norman and Grandma Jeannie rooting for him. This is going to be a thriller. Round 2 going to come down to the wire. Justin Shoup will have control of the restart. Noah Belleville to his inside. Fans, one more 60-second break, and then we're going to come back for the final 3 laps of action at Rockingham. It's not one of our 3 green-white checkered attempts, but it will be a green-white checkered attempt. So I suppose we have up to 4 attempts to finish this race under green. Noah Belleville cannot spin these tires. We've seen Thomas Andrews do it tonight. We've seen Toby Estes do it tonight. Rookie Jacob Prince, by the mercy of cautions, has made his way back up to 5th. Prince pitted on lap 153. Briley Wright starting to the inside of Prince, pitted on lap 159. He's in 7th. Justin Shoup pitted on lap 131. His tires are 41 laps old. 2 miles to decide the second round of TNT at the Rock. Shoup with control. He gets the jump and we're racing. Belleville to the outside where he has the grip. He's going to make Shoup work for it. Belleville really loose out of the corner. Man, he hit that throttle hard. White flag this time by. Belleville's going to give it everything he's got. Shoup playing tough defense, trying to hold the 41 to the outside. They get loose. Look at the hands inside the 41. He swaps to the inside. Fewer than 1 mile to go in this race. Belleville to the inside. He's got the grip. Shoup has the run off of turn number 2. Lindemann in 3rd. Prince in 4th. Markowski in 5th. Justin Shoup from Bealton, Virginia. Noah Belleville from DeSoto, Missouri, coming off the line to win TNT round number 2. And it is Justin Shoup who wins at Rockingham. Shoup with the victory. Rookie wins again. Justin Shoup up top. Jacob Prince will give congratulations. Shoup first, Belleville second, Ryan Lindemann in third. And he will celebrate in style the pride of Bealton, Virginia, your winner at the Rock. Fans at home, we're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. On the podium now with our top three drivers after a thriller, a barn burner down to the wire at the Rock, starting with tonight's bronze medalist in the number 51 PBR Chevrolet, Ryan Lindemann, and Lindo. Second race in TNT, and you're already on the podium, man. What a run. What a great race.
Oh yeah, definitely. Struggled there at the beginning part of the race, but finally laid back and was able to get some fresh tires on it, and finally learned the track. It took me good, probably 115 laps to finally figure it out, but good race, and congrats to Justin on his first TNT win, and yeah, just happy to be on the top three.
Happy to be in the top three, and then next week at Daytona International, which is going to be a much more different race and a much more precarious race as well. Different styles, everything. Do you think you have what it takes to finish top three again?
It's you just have to survive. It's survival of the fittest there at Daytona. So if you keep your nose clean, I think I can be there. I feel like I'm a good plate track racer. So Gen 4's car is a little bit different than the next gen. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see you next week at Daytona. On to tonight's silver medalist, Noah Belleville, in the number 41 Office Depot car. And Noah, almost a win there. I think for that last caution, you might have just had him. But you're going to head next week into Daytona in second place. What a run tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, just kind of same story as last week. Caution started repeating and getting back to back, and when that happens, it's just really hard to pass. I didn't really have enough time, but played the strategy right, did everything I could, just came up a little short. But congrats to Justin.
Congrats to Justin. Congrats to you as well. We'll see you in a week's time at Daytona, where you will be 2 points behind points leader Jacob Prince. On to tonight's winner, the pride of Bealton, Virginia. And, man, this will be something to tell the old man back home, man. A winner in TNT.
Yeah, man. Feels good to put this thing in victory lane. Feels like it's been a long time since I've gotten a win. This is my first win on a Rick James broadcast. Shout out to you. Hopefully there'll be more to come. I shout out to Noah, man. He had me sweating. I was watching him, when we had that restart and there was 20 to go. I was watching him down in the standings and just making his way up, and I was getting more nervous as we got closer to the end there. And luckily I was able to fire off decent enough. I didn't get off as good as I wanted to that last restart, and that's why it was pretty close. But great race, tough track. Field did pretty good.
Fantastic race. 2 straight wins for 2 rookies, and then next week we're going to take it out to Daytona International, where it's going to be a much different race. So we got to ask you, 2 wins in a row. You think you got it in you?
We'll see. I'm typically pretty good on these super speedway races, and I always am where I need to be at the end. But something always happens. It never fails. Honestly, I expect the same. But hopefully, I'm talking to you again next week. That'd be awesome.
We'll find out what happens in a week's time, man. Congratulations on the dub.
Thank you, buddy.
Fans at home, that does it for tonight, and a great race by any occasion. A little caution heavy, but what can you do? Twice as good as last week, right? 16 last week, 8 this week. So if we do 4 next week, we'll be right on trend. Loving it. Next Thursday night, I was going to say next week, but next Thursday night right here at the Daytona International Speedway on Rick James TV, 8:40 Eastern, Gen 4 cars running at well over 200 miles an hour, and there's nobody on the planet that doesn't like that. And Monday night, the little go-karts, the MX-5s, Mazda Monday continues. The ARCS MX-5 Cup in its 3rd season goes to the Lady in Black. That's right, the MX-5s at Darlington. Why? Because we can. We're going to have fun Monday night, and you should join us as well. Until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we